Welcome back, dear students of class 8. Uh, Today, we are going to start with the next few topics of our chapter uh, spreadsheet, formulas, and functions. Okay, so in this part, students, the first thing that we are going to study is the mixed reference. Okay, in the previous part, we talked about absolute reference and relative reference. Okay, so in this part we will talk about the mixed reference. Okay, students, mixed reference, mixed, as you know the meaning of mixed means combination of something, right? Mixing different things means combining different things. So mixed reference, students, is nothing but it is a combination of relative ref and absolute reference. Okay, now in this type of reference, students, either the row, okay, either the row or the column has to remain fixed. Now how do we make a row or a column fixed? By inserting the dollar symbol. Yes, we studied this in absolute referencing. Okay, but in absolute referencing, what did we do? We, look over here, we inserted a dollar sign before this column heading and also before the row number. Okay, but in mixed referencing, what are we going to do? We are going to either we are going to, keep the column fixed like this. See, a dollar means dollar a means what? That we have kept the a column as fixed, but row 1 is not fixed, it is relative. Okay, and over here, a dollar 2 means what? That a column is not fixed, it is relative, and but row 2 is fixed. Okay, so this is an example of mixed reference. Okay, so let me explain you this mixed reference with the help of an example. Okay, now you remember this example, right? That we studied in the previous part. Okay, let me explain you this example again. Okay, so we will again talk about mixed reference, this relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference. Then we'll study mixed reference. So let us quickly go through the part that we studied. Now see, this is marks of these 5 students. Okay, maths, physics, and chemistry out of 100, and the total marks is out of 300. Okay, total marks of these 3 subjects. So what we need to do over here, we need to calculate the total of physics, chemistry, and maths. Okay, for this student Akash. So what we have to do? Simple, equal to, okay, use the sum function. Then it will start from here, colon, here. Okay, oh sorry, here. Just a minute. Equal to sum bracket colon E2. What's happening? C2 colon E2 and close the bracket. So this is the total for physics, chemistry, maths, physics, and chemistry. Okay, what is the formula? Equal to sum C2 colon E2. Okay, from here to here. Now see, now if I copy this, if I copy whatever is written in this, okay, and then come over here and paste it, what is going to happen? The formula has changed. C2 became C3 and E2 became E3. Why this happened? This happened because of relative referencing. Okay, one more way to copy this is just select the cell where you have inputted the formula for the first time, and then just go to this corner, okay, and then drag it. So see, very easily I have calculated the total for all these students. So this is how you calculate things in Excel using relative reference. Now let's talk about our this absolute reference. Okay, so in absolute reference, what did we do? We have to, suppose we have to calculate percentage over here. Now what is percentage? Equal to this total divided by, out of 3 the total marks, that is this 300, which is written in this cell H11, okay, into 100. Yes, so this is my formula. Now see, so this is the percentage for this Akash, but see, if I drag this for all other students, it will give me divide by 0 error. Now why it is giving divide by 0 error? Because see, instead of this H11 over here, okay, 300 is written in H11, but due to relative referencing, this H12 has become H11, that should come over here, has become H12. So H12 there is no value, that's why it is getting divided by 0 over here. That's why divide by 0 error is coming, and we will talk about this error later on also. Okay, so what should come over here? H11 should come. Yes, in the same manner here also H11 should come, here also H11 should come, and here also H11 should come. Okay, so instead of going to each cell and changing this to H11, what we can do is that we can change the formula over here. Okay, we can make this H11 fixed by adding a dollar over here and dollar over here. Okay, and now when I drag this, see, the correct percentages are coming. So this is how we do absolute referencing. Now let's talk about the important part of today's lecture, that is the mixed reference. Okay, now as we talked earlier, mixed reference is a combination of relative and absolute referencing, and in this type of reference either the row or the column has to remain fixed. So either the over here, see, row is fixed and over here column is fixed, and we fix the row and column with the help of this dollar symbols. Okay, so let's come here. Okay, so see, to calculate percentage maths, now what is percentage maths over here? See, percentage maths means, suppose this student Akash has got 80 out of 100 in maths, okay, and his total is 203. So percentage maths is nothing but what he got in maths out of the total that he has scored into 100. This is percentage math, students. Okay, this is percentage maths. Again, if I copy this for physics, it is showing 109%, and if I copy this for chemistry, it is showing 124%, which is incorrect. Okay, so what I have to do now, see, what has happened is that because of relative referencing, what happened here, D2 is okay. Okay, D2, because we want the marks of physics for percentage physics, D2 is okay. Okay, this C2, sorry, this C2 from this formula, it is for maths. Okay, but and D2 for this formula, okay, for the percentage physics formula is also correct. But G2, let's talk about this G2. Where is this G2? G2 is this. G2 is this. Okay, this is G2. This cell is G2, which should not come. What should come? F2 should come. What should come? F2. Okay, so what we have to do, instead of changing here F2, okay, and then again changing F2 over here, what we can do, okay, now this is correct, but instead of changing in all the cells one by one, what we can do, we can come to this formula and we can make our this, we can make our this second row as fixed by using the dollar symbol. Okay, now see, if I delete this, and if I drag it, oh sorry, what did I do? Oh sorry, we have to fix this F. Okay, we have to fix this F over here, which is, what is F? F is this column over here. Okay, we need to fix this column, not this row. So we have fixed the F column, okay, but we have not fixed the row number 2. We have not fixed this. Okay, now when I copy this to these two cells, this will give me correct percentages. Okay, students, now I can copy this formula not only in this but for all the students, and this will come correct for all the students. Why? Because see, in this formula what happened? See, f is common. This f is common for everyone. Okay, this column f is common, but over here, look over here, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. So what is happening is that this is happening because we have this fixed this dollar f. That means we have fixed this column and we have kept this row numbers as relative. So we have fixed this. That means this has become absolute, and this part is relative. This part is also relative. So aren't we using the concepts of both relative and absolute referencing in mixed referencing? So this is how we use our mixed referencing. One more way to use mixed referencing, okay, very practical way to use mixed referencing is this way. I'll show you. I'll type 1 over here, 2 over here, 3 over here, 4 over here, 5 over here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. Okay, and then I'll also type 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, now see students, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make a table of 1 to 10 using the relative using the mixed referencing. Okay, using the mixed referencing. How? See, over here, okay, over here this will get I need to shift this over here. Now students, what is going to happen in this cell? This whatever value is coming in this row, okay, 1, this 1, okay, is going to get multiplied with this 2. Okay, so when we do that, what happens is that equal to, okay, this into this. Okay, so 1 into 2 is 2. Okay, yes, 1 into 2, sorry, 1 is not over here, so I want 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so in this cell students, what is happening? This one is getting multiplied with this one and this one. So 1 ones are 1. Now what should come over here in this cell? This 1 will get multiplied with this 2. So 1 2s are 2 should come, right? Now if I copy this, it is coming correct. Why? Because of this. But if I copy this further in all the cells, see, this is not table of 1, this is not table of 1, this is coming incorrect. Now if I similarly copy all this in all the cells, see, this is coming, this is coming incorrect. Okay, all this is coming incorrect. See, this is not table of 1 to 10. Yes, so how to get this correct, how to do this correctly is, what you should do is you should use mixed referencing. Okay, so let us use mixed referencing over here. So what we need to do is that we need to fix some things. Okay, for example, we need to fix this, okay, and we need to fix this. Okay, now when we copy this, see, this is the correct tables, yes or no? What have I done is that in this formula students, what have I done is that I have kept this A row as fixed. Okay, A column as fixed, and I have kept the row number 2 as relative. Okay, and see, row number, this column number B is not fixed, that means it is relative, but row number 1 here is fixed. Okay, and then I'm using this to copy in all the other cells. So see, with a, just using this one formula, what I've created is table of from 1 to 10 within a matter of seconds. Yes or no, students? So this is one of the uses of your mixed referencing. Do practice this at your in your own computers. Okay, see, this is using mixed referencing. Okay, this is one cell A2, but its column is fixed, but its row is not fixed. Over here, this is B1, but its column is not fixed, it is relative, and its row is fixed. Okay, so these are the two examples of your mixed referencing. Okay, I hope this is clear to you people. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, that is circular reference. Let's move on to the next part, that is circular reference. Okay, now what is circular reference? A circular reference is actually a error. Okay, it is a error. Okay, now it is an error. What kind of error it is? A circular reference occurs when a formula in a cell refers to its own cell value directly or indirectly. Okay, what does this means is that, suppose if I enter formula in this cell, this is A2, if I enter a formula equal to A1, okay, this is A1 plus A2, okay, into 3. Okay, sorry, not this is not into 3. So what is the formula that I have entered? Equal to A1 plus A2 into 3. And which cell this is? This is A2 cell only. This cell is A2. So see what is happening. As soon as I click on OK, a circular reference warning has come. Okay, one or more formulas contain a circular reference, okay, and may not calculate correctly. Okay, what are circular references? Circular references are any references within a formula that depend on the results of the same formula. For example, a cell that refers to its own value, or a cell that refers to another cell which depends on the original cell's value, both contain circular references. What does this means? Simply, and see, whenever circular reference occurs, a circular reference warning dialog will pop up. Okay, and as soon as we click on OK, the result will show 0. Okay, the result will show 0. Now what has happened? Look at this formula. Look at this formula. It is equal to, equal to A1, which is this cell, plus A2. Now we are writing the formula inside the A2, and we are also mentioning the A2 in its own cell. So this is what is happening. Okay, what is happening is that we are referring the formula in its own cell. See, a circular reference occurs when formula in a cell refers to its own value. See, this formula in a cell, okay, this formula contains A2 and this formula is written inside A2. That's why this circular reference is coming. Okay, had we put this formula in A3, okay, if we put this formula in A3, circular reference will not come. If we put this formula in A3, circular reference will not come. Okay, I'll just copy this formula and I'll paste it. Okay, now 0 is coming because 25 into 0 is 0. But see, this is not showing any circular reference. If I change this to, suppose, 2. Okay, now my formula should also show some value. Okay, I have not removed the circular reference. Okay, just a minute. Suppose, look at this, 25 into 2, okay, 2 equal to this plus this into 3. So see, this is showing 31 correct value, because see, we have used for in this formula we have used C1 and C2, and this is C3 cell. Okay, and in this formula what did we do over here? What did we do? Equal to A1 plus A2. Now see this into 3. Now see what did we do? Into 3. Now see what did we do is that inside this formula we wrote this formula, okay, inside the cell A2 only. That is why this formula in the cell is referring to its own cell value, and that is why circular reference error is coming. So this is your circular reference. Okay, now see, the status bar will also notify. See the status bar over here. This is the status bar. Circular reference in cell A2. See, this is notifying you now. The status bar will also notify you that circular reference is found in the workbook and will display the cell address. So circular reference is found in A2. So this is your circular reference. When does a circular reference occur? A circular reference occurs when a formula in a cell refers to its own cell value directly or indirectly. So because this formula is referring to this cell A2, okay, it is referring to its own value. That is why circular reference is coming. I hope circular reference is clear to you. Okay, now moving on to the next part. The next part is using, I'll just open this another workbook, okay, another Excel sheet for the next part. In the next part we are going to use cell references from different worksheet and different workbook. Okay, so the next topic is cell reference of another worksheet. Okay, cell reference of another worksheet. Okay, till now we were only talking about a single worksheet, but now we will talk about cell reference of another worksheet. That means this is sheet 1, this is sheet 2. Now we will pick reference from this sheet. Okay, so suppose this is a, this is some data, these are some numbers, and we have calculated the total over here for this using this formula equal to sum B2 to B7. Okay, so how to use this formula in another worksheet? Till now we were using the same formula in the same worksheet. Okay, we were copying over here and we were pasting over here. So this we were doing cell referencing in the same sheet. But now what we are going to do, we are going to copy this formula and we are going to use it in another worksheet. Okay, so there are two ways of using cell reference in another worksheet. Okay, so these are sheets, you know that these are different worksheets. Okay, this is one worksheet, this is sheet 2, or this is worksheet number 2, this is worksheet number 3. You can add many worksheets as many as you want. Okay, so what we are going to do is that, see, we are going to calculate this salary data, okay, which is present in sheet 2, but we are going to use cell reference from sheet 1. Okay, so how to do that? First go to this sheet 2 and we need to enter this data. I have already entered this data. So you people, what do? You open sheet 2, open the Excel sheet and enter this data in sheet 2. Okay, then come to this sheet 1 tab. This is sheet 1 tab. Okay, now click on that cell where the total is appearing. So this is that cell. Okay, this is that cell B8. Okay, then go to this copy button. Okay, or you can use Ctrl plus C. Okay, so I have copied this formula. Okay, and now I am going back to my sheet 2. Okay, I am going back to my sheet 2 and now I can either click on this paste button or I can click Ctrl plus V. Now see what has happened. Okay, this formula from this sheet got copied to this sheet, and see the total of all these values are shown over here. So this is the first way of using cell reference of another sheet. This is the first method, using the copy paste method. Okay, there is one more method to use the sheet reference from another worksheet, and that is by using exclamation mark and cell addresses. Which mark? exclamation mark. This mark is called as exclamation mark. And cell addresses. So let us see what that method is. Okay, in this method what we have to do, students, is that let us calculate total salary, but we are going to use data from this worksheet. To calculate total salary, we need to, suppose I want this to be calculated in my total salary. Okay, all this data, the data which is there. So for example, the total salary of January will be 20,000 plus this 100, the incentive amount. Okay, for total salary of February will be 35,000 plus 200. In this manner I want to calculate my total salary based on the data that is present in sheet 1. Okay, so how to do that? How to use data from another sheet using sheet reference? Okay, so it uses the sheet number. So we are going to use two things over here: sheet number. So what is the sheet number? Sheet 1. This is sheet 2. Okay, so we are going to use sheet number, and one more thing we are going to use. We are going to use the exclamation, and we are going to use the cell addresses or cell references. Okay, we are going to use these three things to calculate this, or to use the cell reference of another worksheet. So let us do that. Okay, let us learn how to use this. So what to do? Just come to this cell C2. See, this is cell C2 of the sheet 2. Okay, here I am going to type a formula equal to, okay, equal to B2. So this is B2. Yes or no? I want to calculate the total salary, which is a, addition of this salary plus this incentive amount. Okay, so what I've done, equal to B2, this plus. Now see, I need to use the sheet name. So what is my sheet name from where I want that data? Sheet 1. Okay, sheet 1. Now I am going to use the exclamation mark. Okay, sheet 1, then exclamation mark, and then in sheet 1, where is the data written? It's written in D2. See, this is D2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to come to this, and I'm going to write this formula D2. Okay, and I'm going to press enter. See, the total got changed now, 20,100. This 100 is coming from here. Okay, of sheet 1. Now if I drag all these cells, see, this became 35,200. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. See, this became 25,150, 25,000 plus this 150, and so on. So this is how we use sheet reference from another worksheet. I hope this is clear to you, students. Okay, so with this, students, I want to put an end to this lecture, students. In the next lecture, students, we are going to talk about formula errors. Okay, formula errors, and then we are also going to talk about functions. So I will see you in the next lecture. I hope everything in this lecture was clear to you guys. Okay, so you guys take care of yourself. Okay, and y'all be well. Thank you.